Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good, and today we're going to be talking about why Shanks himself fought EUSTASS KIDD and took off his arm and not his crew. So back when KIDD said that he lost his arm in a fight with the red hair pirates, the community was split into two parts. One, Shanks took KIDD's arm off, and the other part, Shanks' crew took KIDD's arm off. KIDD isn't worth Shanks' time. Now, I disagree with the second part pretty strongly. So one of their main reasons for saying this was, one, KIDD is trash, and that's just not true, but their biggest reason was a throwback to Windmill Village. When Higuma had kidnapped Luffy and Shanks was about to take him out, then Ben Beckman said, I'm gonna do it. Higuma and his crew aren't worth their time, and Ben Beckman just no-diffed all of them, of course, because he was a Yonko first mate by that time. But they were paralleling KIDD to Higuma and saying that KIDD wasn't worth Shanks' time, so one of his crew members would have just taken KIDD out. Now, I believe that is not true, and I will tell you why. Porcus the Ace. Now, when Ace went to thank Shanks for inspiring Luffy, Shanks first thought Ace was being hostile, so he put his hand on the sword and said, "You wanna see red hair? I'm gonna fight you." And then Ace was like, nah. But what we saw was that Shanks was willing to fight Ace, a New World pirate, an uprising New World pirate who is gaining fame. Because of that, he was willing to fight Ace himself. And there's a huge difference between Higuma and Ace, you know what I'm saying? By that time, Ace had already defeated Vice Admiral Draw and had a bounty of, quote, well over 100 million. Probably not 550 million, since he hadn't joined Whitebeard at the time, and your bounty usually goes up when you join a Yonko, so that wouldn't have been his bounty, but well over 100 million is probably in between 100 million and 200 million. So the fact that Shanks was willing to fight him because he was an uprising New World pirate gaining fame with a bounty of over 100 million, but probably under 200 million, kinda shows the Shanks criteria. He was even going to go for Higuma and Ben Beckman stopped him, but when he was going to go for Ace, Ben Beckman didn't do anything. So the Red Hair Pirates criteria for who Shanks fights, I guess, is kind of an uprising star. Even if they're not as strong as Shanks, Shanks was willing to take him on, and his crew was willing to let Shanks take him on because Ace was an uprising pirate with a bounty, a pretty big bounty, taking out Vice Admirals, and they were willing to give him the chance to show down with Shanks. Now, EUSTASS KIDD at the time had a bounty of well over 300 million. It could have been between 470 million and 315 million, or could have been either of the two, but the point is his bounty was at least 315 million when he fought Shanks, and EUSTASS KIDD by that time probably had already antagonized Big Mom and all that stuff, and it was seeming to be the forefront of the worst generation news. He was said to be doing exceptionally well in the New World. He was one of the only two people said to be doing well in the New World, besides X-Drake, and we know X-Drake is a snitch. KIDD is way more similar to Ace at the time than Higuma, and he was an uprising star with a bounty higher than what Ace's was, and probably even a bit stronger than Ace, if not as strong as Ace. So the fact that Shanks was willing to meet Ace one-on-one means he would have been willing to meet EUSTASS KIDD one-on-one, because both of them are leagues above Higuma. So I think Shanks actually fought KIDD himself, cut off his left arm, said welcome to the left arm missing club, and just kicked him out of his territory. The fact that KIDD's left arm is missing speaks volumes more, because I'm not sure Shanks' crew would take KIDD's left arm off and be like, you're like Shanks now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure they would want to do that. I feel like that's something Shanks himself would do, cut off KIDD's left arm and say, welcome to the club. That's probably not a thing his crew would do. That's something more that Shanks himself should do, if you feel me. So that's just kind of the thing that the person with the missing arm should do to the new person who's missing the arm. I don't think his crew would do something like that, because that's the biggest insult and would hurt the most if it came from Shanks himself. So that's why I think that Shanks fought KIDD himself, and it wasn't his crew intervening, because of that whole Ace thing I just explained, and the fact that his left arm is missing. That's kind of something Shanks would do, not necessarily his crew, I feel like. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content, and share this video if you found it interesting or something like that. I will see you in the next video.